Hi, this is Paul Hitchcock. Thanks for jumping on Wealth Protector TV. I'm here with Richard Corey, who is a Vistage chair. Richard, you work with a lot of entrepreneurs, CEOs, business owners, and we were talking a little bit offline. I want you to dive into this a bit. Is emotional intelligence for leaders?
Yes.
What exactly does that mean? What is it all about?
So I look for patterns of behavior where and how the business owner is showing up in their business. And in those patterns, oftentimes those patterns are not beneficial for the leader and for the business, and they're counterproductive. And so I will often drill down into what is the cause of that consistent behavior that is not productive.
Give me an example. What's a behavior that hurts the company?
You know, it's usually a traumatic experience that the business owner experienced at a very early age. Usually happens to be like oftentimes before 10.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that experience, in that experience, they made a decision at a very early age, and it's oftentimes a negative limiting belief, and they're always trying to overcome that negative belief that they decided in that moment.
So I'm sure our audience is thinking the same thing here is, do they even know at that young age that this was a traumatic event, or is it a subconscious thing that now is playing out later on as an adult?
It's completely subconscious.
Oh, it is?
And in many instances, when through the training of Vistage, I dig into their past, and it's a simple conversation, they come up with these experiences, and they may have not thought of that one experience or several experiences for decades.
Mm-hmm.
And they can, when they are asked the right questions, it's amazing how they absolutely know exactly what happened, how old they were, and a decision they made in that moment.
There's clarity. It sounds to the
It's
top.
very clarity, yeah, when you ask the right questions.
Well, so why are you getting into this? Because something is going on with the business. They're trying to understand why there's this road bump, whatever it is. I mean, what's the catalyst for having this discussion in the first place?
Sure, because in that moment, they made a decision, and it's negatively affecting their business and their personal life in present day.
Oh, so something's going on in the business, and there's crap going on, and you're trying to figure it out.
Yes,
Okay.
it's often the behavior of the leader
Okay.
that's causing the current day issues.
Okay.
For instance, I'll give you an example. A child, you know, at an early age, a leader could be male or female.
Okay, good. I can edit it out.
They experienced a divorce, and
Their parents got
the
it.
parents got divorced, and it was very traumatic. It happened maybe when they were like 9 or 10. Maybe they had siblings. Maybe in one case the mother took off, which is more unusual, you know.
Right.
And that older sibling, who's now a leader, he or she decides, well, I've got to take care of my siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an unconscious decision, but let's say the father buries himself in work, and he was used to his wife taking care of the children, and he doesn't know how to do that stuff, so the oldest sibling will take over.
Right.
And they'll make that decision in that moment that I need to take care of my siblings. And they'll grow up as an adult and bring that into their professional life, where people aren't performing, and they accept their excuses because they have this innate feeling from a decision they made when they were very young that I need to take care of these people.
Fascinating. And so you get into that with the idea of, if they recognize that's going on, that's probably half the battle to solving negative behavior to help. Is that true?
It's huge. It's very big, because awareness is the beginning of understanding.
Right.
And once they're aware, they're like, okay, I didn't realize I made that decision back then, And yes, that is operating today. And now that I know it exists, I can make different decisions.
Right. And I know you, and I know that you're a great listener. I can see you really pulling this out of the people you're dealing with and getting to some solutions to overcome it. Yep, yeah, fantastic. So I want to end on this note is when you identify this behavior, is this working through it with a couple of sessions with the leader and then implementing a plan to move forward and get rid of the behavior?
Yes, initially, the more vulnerable a leader is in sharing this, this traumatic event, the quicker we get to it. And, oftentimes once that limiting belief has been exposed, then the leader is looking for new criteria to make better decisions on. Now they're not going to do it based on that limiting belief. It's kind of a new world.
Right.
And the group and I will help them with, when they realize this is how they've been, this is how they've been, showing up in their business. Now we give them options on how they can show up differently,
Phenomenal.
which are not part of their, their thought process any time before
No,
this process began.
And what's great about Vistage is it's a group of their peers
Yes.
that is helping them to resolve this. And I know your background too is a very successful owner, entrepreneur.
Yes.
You've walked in their shoes yourself.
Absolutely.
So-
Yeah. And I had those self-limiting beliefs myself.
Right.
And I think almost everyone has them. So, people, watching this video might think, well, that might be embarrassing. But when you're in an intimate group like that and you get to know the rest of the members, they all have something.
Right, yeah. That's a key because everyone thinks they're alone.
Yeah, they're not alone.
And having issues. No, phenomenal. Love it.
Yeah.
As always, great information. Thanks everybody for jumping on. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.